Happy Halloween. I've got an NFL free pick for this Sunday, October the 31st. Use the new promo code GOAL, GOAL, saves you 20% off the entire Picks and Parlays site. The Dolphins are taking on the Bills. My name's Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, and I've got expert capper Ross Benjaimin with us today to tell us, is this a trick or a treat, Ross?
A little both.
So we've got the Dolphins at the Bills. Bills minus 13.5. The total's 49.5. What is our Halloween play, Ross?
Boy, oh boy, at these double-digit favorites, there was three of them last week. There's already been 11 this year. Since the start of last year, we've had over 50 double-digit favorites. And that shows the NFL doesn't have much parity over the last couple seasons. This year's no different. As I look at it right now, there's about seven very good teams and seven very bad teams in the NFL. Buffalo certainly qualifies in that upper echelon, where Miami right now, surprisingly, is in that lower stratosphere. You look at the matchups between these teams, and Buffalo's dominated this series. They've won the last six, and including in week 2, they went to Miami and beat them 35-0. By the way, the NFL double-digit favorites this year, how about 8-3 against the spread, 11-0 straight up. And those double-digit favorites in those 11 games have won by an average of 22.3 points per game. So we haven't really seen any shocking upsets in that regard, and I don't foresee one happening here as well. Buffalo's also coming off a week of rest, and they'll be a little bit in a sour mood, Ellie, after losing that heartbreaker at Tennessee on that Monday night contest. And under Sean McDermott, since 2017, the Bills have gone 4-0 following a week of rest. Also, the Bills are 6-0 straight up and 5-1 against the spread as a favorite following a loss. And they won those games by 18.3 points per game. Miami's really reeling right now. 0-5 in their last 5. They've hit rock bottom in the last 2. Not that they've gotten blown out, but look who they lost to. They lost to Atlanta at home. And 2 weeks ago in Europe, they lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who were 0-5 at the time. And this is a Miami team, don't forget, they won 10 games a season ago. But, the turnovers ain't coming in bunches like they did a year ago. Right now, Miami, number 29 in scoring offense, number 31 in scoring defense. The Buffalo Bills, number 2 in scoring offense, number 1 in scoring defense. So again, these two teams in regards to those statistics are on the opposite end of the spectrums. And, this is a game that I just don't see being close. I mean, I don't know. You can't make a case for Miami here. I can anyway. You look at the total yardage, Buffalo's plus 141 yards per game, Miami minus 107 yards per game. That's a difference of 240 yards, 248 yards that favors Buffalo. I don't see any other way here, Hallie. I hate laying a double-digit favorite in the NFL. That used to be one of my cardinal rules. I went against it last week by taking Tampa Bay over Chicago. I'm going to go against it again this week by taking the Buffalo Bills. Late at 13.5, one of those key numbers too, folks. You're pretty smart at this number if you buy it down to 13. Not a sign of weakness, just smart sports betting.
Yep. I buy half points and sell them all the time. So, yeah, not a problem there. Yeah, and, it's one of those things where it's just how tired has Miami got to be? I've been to England and then come back, and then they play a freaking full NFL game, and it was close. They only lost by 2 to the Falcons. They really played 28 points is what they put up. But it's just one of those situations. But now on week, it's now you've been back for 2 weeks. How much rest have you really gotten? You're playing against a Bills team that's been on a bye. This is just an exhaustion. Angle.
Yeah, I mean, and Ellie,
angle of exhaustion,
It's very rare when a team goes to England or Germany or whatever in Europe and doesn't get the following week off. So I don't know. The schedule makers must have had something against the Dolphins this year.
Oh, and fire them all. I'd find a way. I'd write a strongly worded letter if I was the Dolphins and get them all fired because it's ridiculous. And I think maybe we didn't see it. You know how sometimes you're so tired, you're just running on delirium. Maybe that was last week, but that's not happening this week. You know, I feel like the Dolphins crumble this week, and the Bills minus 13 or 13 and a half, if that's the way you want to play it, is the way to roll. Ross, what do you have lined up for the rest of the NFL card this weekend over at picksandparlays.net in the way of premium picks?
So we're taping early in the week, actually Tuesday. So, but on Sunday, I will have anywhere from 3 to 5 NFL picks coming off a 2-1 Sunday in the NFL last week. And one of those will be my 10-star game of the week. So stay tuned for that. And I look to be going on a roll the rest of the year, folks, because I haven't enjoyed a very good start to the NFL season. Last week, just a little small step with the 2-1, and we're going to roll from there.
We're turning it around. Let me ask you this. As you said, we are taping on a Tuesday. The game's not going to kick off until Sunday. Do you think this 13 and a half gets up to a 14 or a 14? Like, does it get bigger? Should you?
I don't think it, I don't think it'll go beyond 14 because usually big money or sharp money doesn't really flirt around with these double-digit favorites. If they do, they look to make a case for the underdog. So I would be surprised if it surpassed 14 max, Sally.
Okay. All right. Good tip. Good tip as always. Great information. Thanks, Ross Benjaimin. You guys check him out at picksandparlays.net for the premium plays. And until then, we're going to lay 13. Just buy it on down a half a point with the Buffalo Bills on Sunday.